when I'm not learning from other YouTubers how to make the perfect, understated video thumbnail. I like to answer questions that I get on YouTube, so let's get to it. Yo, Sean, I read on Facebook that you're going to Guitcon. You have to take extra caution to take your tuner off your headstock because Rick Beato's going to be there. So yeah, heading out to Germany for Guitcon on Saturday. Should be pretty cool. I'm going there with Gigi, so guitar goddess, for those of you who do not know. And should be pretty cool. Beato's going to be there. Again, I have no ill will towards Beato, but I definitely will be rocking the tuner on the headstock because it's really the only place I know where to put it, to be honest. But yeah, I don't expect any beef or anything to happen. But there's going to be some other cool YouTubers there, apparently. A lot of cool companies. So if there's any videos you guys would maybe want to see me kind of, you know, bring my usual Sean flavor to the event, please hit me up. Let me know what you guys want to see. And it should be fun. I'm sure there will be some entertaining videos to come out of it one way or another. Which of your songs do you think had the best vocal performance? I personally like Gone the most. By the way, at our school we play music before each period and the tech class chooses the music, so you got some free promotion, LOL. Corey, thank you for spreading the word. Definitely, you're right on. Gone is the hardest one for me to sing live, specifically acoustically, just because it has like a really high note that is in the very, very tippy top of my range without going into like your head voice. So that's kind of like the hardest one. I do think that a song called Triggerman that I did, that was at the end of that cartoon series. Some of you may not know, I made a cartoon series to go along with this album. That is a difficult one for me to sing to because it's kind of like a rock vocal powerhouse song for me. So I definitely think Gone and Triggerman are the two hardest ones to sing. Again, it wouldn't be that hard if I just practiced them more. But as it stands, that note is still kind of at the top of my range. I'll link you to it in the description if you guys have never checked it out. But yeah, so there's going to be a regular, you know, Sean Daniel music video of me just playing the instruments for Gone. And then I only ended up doing one with the cartoon for that Triggerman song that I was talking about, which actually ended up being the last one in the whole 10-part cartoon series. Again, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, it could be even more confusing. But it's a 10-part cartoon series. The song I'm referencing in is the very last one. So I'm going to link that too, but there could be some spoilers because it happens at the very end of the story arc. But again, you can always find it in the playlist for the whole Parador album if it's something you want to check out. I'm confused. Here in the video, you say to play the B-flat minor pentatonic over the B-flat major chord. Wouldn't you play a B-flat major pentatonic over a B-flat major chord? So when it comes to pentatonics, I think sometimes the communications can get a little confusing. Now, definitely you can play the B-flat minor pentatonic over a B-flat major chord, and it kind of sounds bluesy, right? But one thing that I do want to kind of talk about is in a lot of the videos, whenever I say pentatonic, I almost always mean minor pentatonic and just finding like the minor pentatonic position. So like, let's say if we're doing something in B flat, and this is something that I think there's a lot of value to, and if you're just kind of wrapping your head around all this scale stuff, whenever you see a key, you're in the key of B flat, right? You root note on that key where you're at, the 6th fret, back 3 frets is the minor pentatonic scale. So whenever I say pentatonic, I almost usually mean the relative minor pentatonic of a scale. So even if we're talking about something in B flat major, that minor pentatonic position is kind of like where I default go to thinking. And I know I'm not the only person that thinks this. I do think that a lot of the way a guitar is just set up, this minor pentatonic shape is just the most beautiful thing in the world. It's easy. The first note is the same fret all the way down. I kind of think there's a little more value to if you are taking a pentatonic approach as compared to a diatonic approach using all the fine notes. I think minor pentatonic is the way to go. So if you ever hear me say pentatonic, I'm almost always thinking of the minor pentatonic position in whatever key that we're in. So in B flat, it would be back 3 frets, G minor, pentatonic. Just to clear up any confusion or possibly cause more confusion for the future. OMG, I have elixirs too, and when I started, I hated it so much until I got elixirs for both my electric and acoustic guitar. Sean, what do you think? How much longer in time does the tone last on the strings compared to a regular string set? Again, I could be the wrong person to ask about how long the tone lasts on strings because I generally play my strings until enough people start complaining about it on YouTube that I should start changing my strings. But I do think that, you know, they advertise elixirs as being like 3 to 5 times longer than a regular set. In my estimation, I think it is legit like 3 times longer. The electric guitar set stuff, I don't really use as much of. I'm a huge fan of elixirs on acoustic guitars. I've played the elixirs on the electric ones, but I kind of just like the Ernie Balls personally for electric guitar. So I have played them, but I can't really, not enough to know that like, oh, these are gonna last this much longer. But for acoustic specifically, I'm a big fan of the elixirs. They last super long. To me, they feel great. Some people like the tone of the uncoated stuff, which I totally understand, but again, I am an elixir guy. Why say lot word when few word do trick? So this very interesting Salty Blues comment of the week. I get it, maybe I'm a little wordy, but I have to use all of the words to make me feel like I got a good deal on my college education. So there will continue being lots of words in these videos, but lucky for you, I try to speak them as fast as possible whenever I talk. Sean, interested to know what you think of that Bose system. Is it worth the price? I'm in the market. What size venue will it support? And just a quick review in general terms of maybe even a video on it perhaps. So this is from the gig vlog that I put up with Kindred, where actually that's Kindred's system. So my personal one, I just have like a Bose L1 compact PA that I run a mixer into. I use all the same microphones and everything for the gigs with Kindred, but we use her Bose full L1 system with the bigger bass module. I think it's the B1 or is it B2? I don't remember what it's called. But that, and it has the tone match mixer, which I can't say enough about. The tone match Bose mixer is phenomenal. Easy interface. I think it's actually kind of like the best small mixer I have. But again, it's a lot of money. Like the great thing about the L1 compact is it's like $1,000 and it sounds fantastic. You don't even need a mixer if you just have a microphone and an acoustic guitar because it has some of the tone match presets built in to those spots. Again, I still use a mixer because I have more than 2 inputs. But if you want to step up into the full Bose L1 system, is it worth the money is a question for you because, you know, it gets closer to like, you know, $3,000 to $4,000 depending on which kind of setup that you get. Those PAs definitely will play up to about 500 people is what they advertise. We've never had to really crank it that loud, and it really sounds great. It does sound better than the L1, mostly because of the bass module. The low end is a lot more pronounced on the Bose full L1 system as compared on the compact, but I still think the compact gets the job done for most of the smaller venues, talking like 100 people. I do think that it kind of carries a little bit more than 100 people, the L1 compact. So I still think for like $1,000 that Bose L1 compact is awesome. But really, if you can afford it, the Bose L1 system is just fantastic. It sounds awesome, it's easy to set up. It's low profile where it doesn't get in the way, it doesn't take a lot of room. And honestly, it actually takes me longer to set up the L1 compact with a mixer and cables than it does the full L1 system just because the tone match thing is so much easier. All the power and the connections from the mixer to the actual PA go through one proprietary cable that they have. So it actually, even though it's a bigger system, it actually takes me less time to set that one up just because of the easy use. So it's something I might do a video on if more people are interested in. But again, it's pricey. So if you're in a position where you're getting paid enough to kind of make it worth it, I definitely give my stamp of approval to both Bose L1 systems. Hey baby, comment of the week. Been looking for the guitar wizard, have you seen him? Looping me this, looping me that. Grease those strings, daddy. This is the comment of the week that I don't totally understand but fully support, so keep them coming. Alright, listening homework for the week. I am very happy to tell everyone, maybe you haven't heard it, that Tenacious D has a new thing coming out. It's this kind of web series album thing where, again, they got to pay the rent, and they have a very crudely animated accompanying video, the first episode of which was dropped last week, which is very near and dear to my heart. So check out some of the D, post-apocalypto, a little bit of hope, probably put a smile on your face. Let me know what you think. Hit me up in the comment section, Instagram, Twitter, or the website, and I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks a lot.